All right. First off, I just want to, tell you how excited we are as a football team. But the football team is only the part that comes over and just perform and play and compete on the field on Saturday. This is really for all of Georgia Tech, for the Georgia Tech community, our alumni, the administration that's worked so hard. I mean, Josh Thompson, our DFO, has worked so hard to put this on for us as a football program. But all of Georgia Tech, and it's a chance for us to showcase Georgia Tech, to let people see who we are. But on a grander scale than that, it's a chance to continue to take American football internationally, learn more about other cultures, other countries. Other countries learn more about our game. But when you talk about coming to Ireland and who we are as a football team, there's so many similarities in our program and really not only the city of Dublin, but the entire country. I mean, blue collar, workmen, strong family values, all of those things that we really encompass the football program too. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to come here and have a chance to compete on Saturday in a wonderful city and a wonderful country. And as you can see, we, did a little on the helmet to. Obviously, we have our GT on it, but we also added. Tell me exactly. Celtic knot. I was making sure it wasn't like something Shanahan would tell me that was like actually not the right thing I should say. So, but no. With that, guys, again, we're extremely happy to be here, extremely fortunate to be here, and with that, we'll open with any questions.
Cool. If you could raise your hand for questions, we'll go ahead and start right up here.
Coach, first of all, welcome to Dublin. What has your message been to the players ahead of the game?
Well, I can't tell you that. Go fight, win. No, our messaging starts way before the game. It starts a week in advance, and every day is a build-up really into the game day. So it's a very intertwined, long thing that we talk about. But it's at the end of the day, we want our guys to compete. We want our guys to play as hard as they can, one play at a time. It's not about we don't look at the scoreboard. We don't worry about the last play. We continue to play each play, one play at a time, as hard as we can. And then at the end of the game, we'll see what happens.
Go.
Brent, what was it like having Coach Saban here? I saw you talking to him before, and having him do his first game, doing his first game of the year, first game of the season. What's that like? Yeah, it's really cool for him to be here, for him to see this next chapter of his life. I think everyone's excited to see that, and what the value he'll be able to bring to the network and to game day. But on a personal level, I mean, he's been a huge mentor to me. He's been he's been a huge impact in my coaching career and a lot of the things I do day to day now as a head coach. A lot of the things in our program, there's very, very strong influence from him all over the Georgia Tech football program. So to be able to see him, talk to him, catch up on some other things, and then talk a little football as well. It's great to see him.
Coach Key, you've been over a few times already, with Georgia Tech, but also as a coach before as well. Is there anything you can take from those previous couple of times coming over that can help your team maybe get an edge going into the game? Yeah,
I think anytime you start to stack experiences, you learn from them, right? And just to go about something and say, well, we're going to do it the same way the next time. I mean, no one stays the same. You either get better or you get worse. So we're always looking to see different things we can tweak, change, adjust, whether it be scheduling, whether it be protocols leading into the game, whether it be the way we travel, whatever it is. But there's always things that we're working to pick up on and adjust to make better.
Has David Shanahan given you any sort of insight into what to expect when you're here?
Can you say that one more time? I'm from the South. I'm from the South in the United States. I'm from LA. Well, it's not Los Angeles. It's Lower Alabama.
Has David Shanahan given you any insight into anything special that you might experience when you're here in Ireland?
This is a wonderful country and a wonderful city, but we're here to play a football game. Right, we're on a very strict schedule being here. The greatest experience we can have in this great country is to go out with a win on Saturday, right? And I'll bring them all back on vacation later on. But we're here to win a football game.
And when it comes to, you talked about kind of the Irish people sharing kind of the values of Georgia State, but when it comes to the football itself.
All right, I'm gonna have to ask you to start over. If you could, you want me to start talking the way I like to talk?
Yeah, I'll slow up for you.
Thanks.
In terms of the expansion of American football, why does Dublin serve as a good base to maybe move further into Europe and further around the world?
Well, I think it starts with the relationships with the two countries. I mean, the relationship between Ireland and the United States is as strong as anything. It's from tourism to trade to people living, moving. It's a very strong relationship between the two countries. So why would we not be able to share? Among other things that we already do, why not share our sports?
Yeah. What is it you look out for in a player? I suppose if there's any young players listening today who have dreams of playing American football someday?
Well, every position is different. There's a lot of positions on the team, but for the most part, minus the specialists, where the kicker, punters, they're a little different in terms of the abilities that they bring. Majority of the punters, kickers in the United States have strong soccer backgrounds. They've been this small, kicking the ball, and that's where they've developed the leg strength and the techniques to do those things. But really, I could go over those things for 30 minutes about different positions. But if I had to say one thing, toughness. Right, the toughness that the players have to play the game of football. Big, strong, smart, tough guys usually have pretty good success. So, but every position is different. But the toughness we have to have, and it has to be instilled in each individual player in order to be a successful football team.
Time for a couple more. We'll bring the players in. So right back here.
How important is it for you and your coaches to try and make this look like a normal game day? You said the most important thing is playing on Saturday, but obviously with the travel, how much preparation have you and your coaching staff have to put in?
As a coaching staff, this is no different than any other game, right? We play games at home, we play games on the road. It's the administration, it's the operations. Speaking of, I see John Palumbo up there, one of our administrators who's done a fantastic job. Mike Flynn, I already mentioned Josh Thompson and the job that he has done, from the operations standpoint of the football program. They put so many hours and so much time into this trip in order for us as football coaches to be able to maintain a normal schedule. And that's why I'm so appreciative, and all of us as coaches and all of our players are so appreciative, because at the end of the day, our job is to come over here, prepare a football team to come play a football game, and hopefully come out victorious. Right? So they've done a great job of allowing me to do that, and then in turn our staff to do that. So other than being on a flight a little bit longer than we would some other times, that's it. It is, and not a whole lot different than going East Coast, West Coast of the United States.
That's been different for your players, kind of coming internationally, and how you've seen them versus previously when you've just gone East Coast, West Coast.
I mean, they had to get passports. Seriously, I mean, these kids, I said this in a press conference the other day, that new college football game came out, right? They stay up playing that thing all night long. Right? Then they go to practice. Then they go to class all day. Right? They're 18, 20, 22 years old. Right? They're going to do those things regardless. So it's not a lot different. We got off the plane. I mean, they're full of energy. They're smiling. People watching as we're on the bus. We had really good energy and focus in the practice today. So to make it as normal as possible for those kids is what our job is.
Anything else? Okay, we'll take the two in the back and then we'll.
Sure. Brent, thanks very much. There's a few guys who were playing college football and NFL. The like Charlie Smith with New Orleans from County Down. You've also Jack Scullion playing college football. You have Jude McAtamney as well. You have David within your own ranks. A lot of people from Ireland looking at this as a sport, whereas maybe previously that was something they did across the water. There's a pathway there now. Is that something you welcome?
Oh, yeah. And really, our sport in the United States, the international part of it and the expansion of the sport internationally, it has started. The NFL has really embraced it. The NFL's embraced coming overseas and going to different countries to play. I mean, it was 10 years ago that I came here with UCF. We played Penn State here in 2014, and just to see the growth in knowledge of the game of football in this country, right? The growth in people that will be at the game. I don't know what the exact crowd number was 10 years ago, but I mean, it might say something on paper, but I know what I saw with my own eyes. And then, to walk out there on Saturday and see, I think, 51,000 in the stadium, I mean, that's going to be amazing. And it's a cool thing to witness and see and be a part of, because it is the expansion of football, American football, across the globe.
The back, and then over here. Yes.
Coach, I know the off-season emphasis for Haynes was to protect the football. I mean, can you kind of assess how much that message has been taken to heart, and how much he can still play with his playmaking ability and stay safe, and your confidence and Coach Faulkner's confidence and Coach Wiggins' confidence in that?
Yeah, well, we haven't played a game yet, so we'll know once we play a game. No, I mean, he's done a tremendous job in practice. We're going against each other. We know where we are relative to each other. We'll see on Saturday where we are relative to a team. That's the beauty of football, is you play an entire season, okay? It's not one season you look at, right? Every game we look at to improve from that previous game, right? And take it the next week, and then the next week, and the next week. Well, then you look at an entire season, you see improvements, then you see values, then you see here, then you see here, right? As long as it's doing this and not this, right, you're making progress. Like I said earlier, you either get better or you get worse. I mean, no one stays the same. We're constantly trying to improve, right? We're trying to improve ourselves individually and then collectively as a football team, right? I can't predict what will happen in the future. I can't predict what will happen on Saturday, right? I can't predict what will happen during the season, right? But if I look at the past as a pretty good predictor of it, I know in my head how Haynes is going to play.
Did you have one right there? No? Okay.
Can I? You said you weren't a fan, but have you let the players try black pudding yet? Okay, so first off, before we go there, I love the way he started. And you just asked it. You jumped in that. You jumped in. You took the bull by the horn. So, you talked about what again? Black pudding. You said you weren't a fan, but have you let the players try it yet? The blood sausage.
I know. I do not want to be disrespectful, because I love this country. I love coming here. Right? There's so many things about this country that I enjoy back in the United States. Your pig sausage, blood, salt, whatever. It ain't one of them. Okay, it's not. I'm sorry. There's things I don't like in the United States. I don't like little green peas, English peas, those little things, those little green peas. I don't like those either, and they're in the U.S., but I despise it. Like I said, I'm from the South. We eat grits and biscuits and eggs and bacon, and our sausage is round and comes from a pig. So I'm just not a fan of it. But David absolutely loves it and swears by it. He also told me about a saying that was about pigs flying and something. So, yes, about flying on a pig's back. And he thought I was going to come over here 6 months ago and tell everybody that. And when I talked to some people that I really trust, and they told me what it meant, he set me up. He totally set me up. So, and he's right there waiting to come talk to y'all. So, again, appreciate it, guys. Go Jackets.
Thanks, Coach.